Hello everyone, I'm Tejaswini Gowda, and in today's class, let's understand about a basic concepts for that matter. That is a detailed revision on the basic concept. Okay, this is for CA Inter and CMA Inter, and CS Inter can also, that is CS Executive can also refer to the same. Now, so first, what we are trying to see is that just the basics part of it, wherein what is this concept of direct taxation is about, and this I'm told you this is a detailed revision, and it will comprises of certain illustration questions from the CA material as well, CA inter material as well. Okay, so let's start with the class. First of all, what is meant by direct tax is that we need to understand certain things over here. So first of all, direct tax is something which is levied directly on our income. What can be our income? It can be salary. If I go to some employment for that matter, I will get a salary. I'll get the salary. For that salary, they will impose tax. And that tax which is collected by the government on my wealth, on my income is called as direct tax. See, if I have some money, I'll go and invest in a property, and from that property, I'll get rent. Whatever the rent which I receive, that rent will be considered as my income, and the tax on that rental income shall be considered as direct. These are the certain examples. See, if you go and invest money in your FD for that matter, and you're going to get interest, and whatever the interest which you receive is your income, on that tax, whatever will be levied is called as direct. Simple. On your individual income, on your personal income, whatever the tax which is levied, basically it is called as direct. Simple. And on the goods and services, if some income, if some tax is being levied by the government, that is called as indirect tax. If it is levied directly on the income or the wealth of a person for that matter, it is called as direct tax. It's simple as that, not much complicated over here. See, the next one is who can levy the taxes would be the next question. Can I levy the tax? No. Can you levy the tax? No. Only the government can levy the taxes. That is, power to levy the taxes comes under 7th schedule of the Article 246, which contains basically three lists: union list, state list, and concurrent list. When it comes to union list where who has the power to make decisions on the union list? Parliament has the power. State list, state legislature has the power. Concurrent list, both parliament and state legislature will sit together and will make decision. And when it comes to components of income tax, see, the concept of that is very simple. If you have certain doubts for that matter, what you will do? First, you will go and search the Google. No? So that is the doubt which you generally have. In the similar way, if you have any doubt with regarding to your income tax for that matter, first you're going to check the Bhagavad Gita of the income tax. What is it? Income Tax Act 1961. And then after checking into that, if you don't find the solution for that, then you're going to look into its brother. That is Income Tax Act, that is Income Tax Rules 1962. It is the brother of Income Tax Act. Over there also you did not find the solution. What you're going to do? You're going to look into the next one. That is, you're going to check into your Finance Act. What is meant by Finance Act? Remember, first of all, the finance bill will be passed by our finance minister for that matter. First, the finance minister, you guys remember that red cloth which will be put and which will be bought by our finance minister for that matter, that is the finance bill. It get passed in both the houses of the parliament. After it gets passed in both the houses of the parliament, it gets assent of the president. That is, it gets signed by the president. Then, whatever the signature after that signature being done on the finance bill, it becomes Finance Act that will be printed in the official gazette, and you and I can refer the Finance Act. Everyone can refer to the Finance Act. So whatever the rates in our income tax which we have, that is there in Finance Act. It is not there in our Income Tax Act. Remember one thing. Okay. Every year the Finance Act will be applicable. Every year the Finance Act, we have certain Finance Act applicable. So that is for our AY 24-25. That is for PY 23-24. Remember, the Finance Act 2003 will be applicable. That is the Finance Act 2000, Finance Act 2023 is applicable. The Finance Act 2023 is applicable. Clear? Every year an amendment will be made in this Finance Act, and that changes will be brought to our syllabus lately by ICR. Simple. Income tax. Then first you're going to check Income Tax Act, then Income Tax rules, then you're going to check the Finance Act. There also you did not find the solution for your problem. You're going to look into the circulars and the notifications. These are basically the explanation which is given stating that whatever is there in the act, if you want to find some solution or whatever is there in the act, I if I've read the sections or if I've read certain notifications, let's consider. I'm representing or I'm reading it in a certain sense. You are reading it in a certain sense. That is, I'm interpreting in certain sense. You are interpreting it in certain sense. Your friend is interpreting in some other sense. So now it is resulting in multiple interpretation, no, which is leading to problem. So now what happens? They will come up with a circular notification stating this is what we mean as per the section. This is what we mean as per this point. That explanation will be provided as such in our circulars and notifications for that matter. Simple. Next, legal decisions of the court. Whatever the legal decisions which is held by the court. See, High Court can give certain decisions. Supreme Court can give certain decisions. Whatever is favorable to you, you are going to take such legal decisions for that. At legal decisions which is favorable to you, the problem which you have faced might have been faced by someone else, and the decision which is given to that person, you can take that as the reference for the as a solution for your problem. This is the last resort for that matter. Clear? So these are the components of income tax law. If you come to the concept of income tax law, if you refer so many things, then you will get a solution for all your income tax problems. Clear? Next. We have to understand certain definitions for that matter. Who is an assessee? An assessee, this is the fellow, this is the person for that matter who is liable to pay the tax, who is payable, who has the payable portion. It is not paid, it is not voluntary pay. See, if I am voluntary paying, I'm assessee. If I'm earning income, if I don't wish to pay, but still income tax catches me to pay, then also I become assessee. Assessee means a person by whom any tax or any sum of that matter is paid. What is an assessment? After you doing all your calculations, what you're going to do, you're filing your income tax return. Once you file your income tax return, your work for that matter is done. Whose work starts over there? Income tax department's work start. That is, they do the work as a procedure of the income of an assessee. Procedure by which the income of the assessee is determined. And if I am determining 10 lakh is my income, it shall not be necessary that 10 lakh is only my income. I might be not showing certain income, or I might have shown some more income. In that case, the assessment is nothing but the procedure wherein the department, that is the assessing officer, is coming and looking into my income and is stating this is your income, you have to pay tax for this one. So that is nothing but a procedure. He might accept 10 lakh rupees, he might increase it to 12 lakh. It is completely depending on the evidences which he has. Simple, everyone. Great. We'll move forward. Person. The charge of every income tax is on every person. Person is very simple here, need not worry. First of all, individual. Who is that individual? I, you, your friend, your family, my family. Everyone are human beings only, no? So, it is individuals are nothing but the human beings. Next, HF. HF basically is a Hindu undivided family wherein it is treated as a separate entity. Basically, it's a joint family. Family oriented business is done in the name HF, and it is a separate entity for the purpose of assessment. Income Tax Act has given the separate assessment in the section number 2 subsection 31. Clear? Now, when we come to company, no, remember companies are of two types. Okay. What is it? Companies are of two types. One, domestic company, and another one is foreign company. One is domestic company and another one is foreign company. What is meant by domestic company? First of all Indian company are domestic company. First of all Indian companies are domestic companies. Next, after this one, the companies which makes an arrangement to pay dividends for that matter in India is going to be called as domestic company. Everyone. First of all, Indian company and the company which makes an arrangement to pay the dividends for the resident, that is to pay dividends in India. What is meant by Indian company? Two conditions you need to satisfy in order to call it as an Indian company. What are those? First of all, you should have been, that is, registered under the Companies Act 1956 or 2013 or whatever. You should have registered under the Companies Act, first of all, and your head office should be, that is, a principal place of business or registered office, or your head office should be in India. If two conditions should be satisfied in order to call it as an Indian company. Once you call it as an Indian company, you will be determined as a domestic company. Once you determine it as domestic company, then all the rates of tax which is applicable for the domestic company will be applicable for this Indian company. Clear? Why is it important for you to determine it is domestic or foreign company? Array, because the rate of tax for both the domestic and the foreign companies are different. Both for domestic company also it is different, and for the foreign companies also it is going to be different. Done? Now, see, one is Indian companies are called as domestic company. Very well, fine. Next, any company where the declaration and the payment of dividends within India is payable out of such income, wherein they are making an arrangement. Any other company is making an arrangement to make the payment of dividend within India for that matter. That is also considered as domestic company. Clear? Now, what is meant by foreign company? Foreign company definition is very, very difficult. That is, foreign company means a company which is not a domestic company. Simple. Foreign company means a company which is not a domestic company. That is, if you are not able to classify it as domestic company, then automatically it will be considered as your foreign company. Clear? Now, next. Next definition is firm. To subsection 23. Section 2, subsection 23 speaks about firm. Firm definition we all know, no? Partnership firm, right from our childhood. That is first PUC, second PUC, we are studying about the partnership firm. What is it? Partnership firm, two or more people coming together doing the business in an equally agreed ratio or in an agreed ratio. That is one person acting for all acting for one in mutually agreed ratio. This definition is the partnership definition. Basically, partnership is something where it is registered. Two or more people coming together doing the business for the share, and it's registered. If it is not registered, then you're going to call it as AOP. Remember, AOP and firm are almost the same, but partnership firm is registered. AOP, there is no legal partnership. See, if we don't form part of partnership legally, they are assessed as association person. If you have legally bound, then firm. Not legally bound, then it is going to be considered as association of persons. Clear? Local authority means the municipal committee, body of corporate commissioners, that is commissioners or other authority, etc. Artificial juridical person, remember these are not the natural persons, but separately, but they are treated as a separate entity in the eyes of law. Example for these are universities, colleges, everything comes under the concept of AJP, that is artificial juridical person. Clear? And the definition of this income and all, you can just we'll just go through this very soon, because we have a very important discussions to be coming very coming. That's the profits and gains, dividends, voluntary contributions, special allowance, capital gains. All this comes under the definition of income, and the concept of this regular receipt and the revenue receipt also. This concepts and all we are going to see in a further coming upcoming revisions for that matter. And the definition of India covers two subsection 25 A, wherein the territory of India is considered as India, the territorial waters is considered as India, the continental shelf is considered as India, exclusive economic zone is considered as India, any other specified maritime zone is all considered to be part of India.